To learn the good, the bad, and the reality of the nomadic lifestyle, click the subscribe button so you don't miss anything. Click the bell notification. So, as I've said many times, Carolyn and I are getting ready to transition from the nomadic lifestyle into the off-grid living lifestyle with a tiny house. We've bought some property down south of here. We're at my mom's right now. So I've been getting some materials and things here while we have an address, because at the property, we don't have an address yet. It's going to take us, I don't know how long it'll take us to get us an address. So many things tell me I got to do different things. So we just got to figure all that out. So while I'm here, I wanted to order a well pump and solar panels, a wee boost. And so when all that arrives, I want to test them out, make sure they work. If they don't work, then I can send them back. We're going to build the base to the camper while we're here. And so I'm thinking by the end of February, we really should be down there getting things cleaned up, get the well installed, get the camper off the truck. We'll live in the camper until we can get our tiny house built. But today, got some exciting news. As you can see, we've gotten our solar panels. I've told you that we ordered 400 watts of solar panels from Rich Solar right here. So there's 2 in one box, or there's another box over to the other side. And I'm going to install them today. I'm going to put them on top of the truck. Won't take long. I'll walk you through the process. It's not that hard. I'm going to test them out before we get down to our off-grid living property while we're here at Mom's. We'll also be able to disconnect from Mom's house a little bit while we're testing them and save some on the actual electric bill here at Mom's house. So as I have mentioned in a previous video, I'll put a link to that video right here. These were $75 a piece, $79 a piece, come in a set of 4 off Amazon. And I was able to get the charge controller and some quick disconnects for just around 400 bucks. And so here you can see, I'll show you the tag. So right there you can see that each panel says 100 watts. And they come with these quick disconnects. Yeah, like that. One's a male, one's a female, and one's positive, one's negative. And right up here, I don't know if you can see that. That one says positive, that one says negative. And so for the quick disconnects, you can buy this package, 5 sets from Renogy. For $9, $10. So this quick disconnect is, you'll put your wire on this side, and that plugs right into the solar panel. And then you have these little inserts go inside the connection. The packaging it's very well packaged, wrapped around. It's got a little bit of foam on it. It's got corner boards. So the package that I've opened so far, nothing was broke. Wraps around. So I'm going to use 18 gauge wire to hook up my connection with the quick disconnect, which I'm going to show you how to install. Now there is a chart that tells you what size wire to use. So here we can see that this panel is 5.4 amps. I have this chart that I found online that tells you how many amps you can run through what gauge wire. So 18 gauge can run 5 amps, I think 25 feet. It maxed out the chart. Now, when we put all these panels together, 4 times 6 is going to be 24. So you're going to have to increase the size of your wire gauge. And I'm going to increase it down to 10 gauge. So I'm going to put what I'm going to do, and so I don't have to go out and buy all kinds of different size of wires, you can actually find charts online that tells you how many 18 gauge wires you need to put together. Then we'll give you 10 gauge. I'm going to run 18 gauge, the length of the camper from each panel, and then I'm going to tie it all into 10 gauge and run it down into the inside of the camper. Because once I tie all 4 pieces together, it's going to increase each panel from 5 amps up to 24 amps. The next step is to hook up the quick disconnect to the solar panel. So here I have the female connection, and the positive wire from the solar panel is the male connection. If I show you the negative off the solar panel, you'll see that they're both female. So right now I'm working on the positive. Now there are 2 pieces of metal that you got to look at. Also, when you do this, you have the female and you have the male. So here you see that in there, I don't know if you can see it, is actually the female. And so I got to stick the male into there. So this will go into this. Okay, so all you got to do is you got to take this apart, and there's a piece in here. You got to watch that you don't lose this piece here. Right in there. And then you strip your wire with wire strippers. For those who don't know how to do it, this is 18 gauge wire. You simply put it at the 18. You kind of twist it around a bit and tug, and then you strip your wire. And then we're going to use that little metal piece that I showed you. And then we can use our wire clippers or wire strippers to squeeze that down. Nice, and make a nice tight connection. And then you just screw this back on. And then when it's finished, it should look like that. It should be able to plug in to the connection like that. Solar panels on top of the camper. It looks like I could have gotten one more up here, so I guess if we'd have done our adventure with solar panels, we'd have had 5. Now again, this is just temporary. Once we get down to our piece of property, I'll set these up permanently, or at least mostly permanently. And yeah, I'll probably keep them on top of the roof, but I can build a adjustable frame so they'll lift up and down to keep up with the sun throughout the season. Okay, so this is the charge controller. Now what the charge controller does is it keeps the solar panels from overcharging the battery. So when the battery is fully charged, the charge controller shuts off any electricity going to the battery to charge it. It's pretty simple so far. I haven't actually turned it on, so I don't know how hard it is to program. The program instructions are actually on the Amazon webpage that I bought it from. The instructions in the paper are not all that clear. Okay, so that is the negative and the positive for the solar panel there. That's the negative and positive. That goes to the battery, so that comes from the solar panels to the battery. And then, of course, if you had any DC electric items, you could put right here, like LCD lights. Pretty simple to operate. You just unscrew here, and then underneath here, there's a little gate. You just shove the wire up there once you get it unscrewed a little bit, and then you tighten the wire in the gate there. It draws back in right there. All right, so everything has been switched over. Got the inverter plugged in to the battery. This is the charge controller. And so the battery is charged, so it's not trying to charge the battery. We don't have anything really running. So right now the charge controller is only letting 1.3 amps go through to basically run our computers is basically what we have running right now. It's got 14.4 volts, which is about right because when I come over to the inverter, it's saying 14.4 volts. So that's pretty neat. You can monitor the amps. There's the temperature, 25 Celsius in here. I'll have to check that. I'm not sure if that's right. And so looks like we're on solar. And I'll keep you up to date on how it does. Thanks for watching. Click like if you like the video, and happy travels.